Hi, it's Marni from Goldstar, and I'm standing at the entrance to Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, California. I'm really excited. I've never been here before. Goldstar is selling tickets. We've got 2 races on the site right now, and I thought, I've never been, and my friends have never been, and I bet a lot of Goldstar members are not yet familiar with NASCAR. So I came out here. I'm going to do some investigative reporting and ask as many questions as I can about what's so cool about NASCAR, because it is the #1 sport in America. So I got my hat, I got my shirt, and so let's check it out. Here at Auto Club Speedway taking a tour of the facility. I'm speaking with David Talley, who works here. And David, can you tell me a little bit about this exact location? Where are we standing?
Well, right now we're in the Opportunity California Fan Zone. This is, aside from the excitement that happens on the track, this is the experience that happens outside the track. If you take a look at the map, this is where we have concerts, we have displays, we have restaurants, we have anything that you can think of, merchandise haulers and stores to shop in and restaurants to eat in. And Wolfgang Puck has a restaurant here in Apex. We will have, in a couple weeks, we'll have a stage set up right here where Styx, the classic rock band, will play. And it'll just be full of NASCAR race fans, and it'll be excitement starting on the 19th through the 21st.
So David, what are we looking at here? I see we're at the track.
You're at the pulse right now. This is the center of excitement inside the track. As I mentioned, coming from Fan Zone, all the excitement that goes on prior to the race goes on out there. Once you walk into the grandstands, this is where all the excitement will take place. Auto Club 500 weekend. You've got about 90,000 seats here. Hopefully we'll have them all packed for the weekend. But looking out over the property, you'll see pit road where cars fuel up, where tires are changed.
It's pretty long. It's like, I don't know, the length of the track. Right on one side of it.
It's long, yep. And this is where most people say the race is won or lost. You come in to change your tires. If it takes you more than 10 or 11 seconds, and the guy beside you, it takes him less than that, then you leave pit road behind him, and wow, it's hard to catch up when you're going over 200 miles an hour around this track.
David, I'm really new to NASCAR, so as a first-time visitor at a race, where do you recommend I sit? What would be the experience at that end versus in the center here? Well, you've got a lot of different ticket options here at Auto Club Speedway. First of all, welcome to NASCAR and NASCAR Nation. It's a great group to be a part of, as you'll find out. But I mean, you look around, there really isn't a bad seat in the place. The sight lines are perfect. You can see the blue wall across the back. You'll be able to see the cars on the back stretch. It all depends on what you like. If you like to sit at what we call pit road out, to see the cars coming out of pit road, cool. That's a great way to experience the day. If you want to see them coming in, you sit down this end at pit road in, and you can see the cars coming in. If you want to sit here, you're right here at the start and the finish. And this is, as I say, there's not a bad seat in the place. The sight lines are great, the seats are great. We're in Southern California, so the weather, the weather is going to be great. You'll notice the scoring tower, so regardless of where you sit, you're able to see where your favorite driver is out of the 43 cars that are on track. How does that scoring tower work?
They have the lap across the top will tell you which lap we're on the race, and then that lists first, second, third, fourth, fifth, down to 43rd place, and they will have the car number on each spot. We are standing on the racetrack. Can't believe my feet are on it, and it's very slanted. Can you tell me the slant? It is slanted. We're at 14 degrees right here. We bank up to 18 degrees in the corners. One of the exciting things is you can't tell that it's banked until you get down here. When we were up in the grandstands, you could never, I had no idea, guess that it's like this. but that makes for, you know, when you're going 200 miles an hour side by side and you get up into the turns, it makes it a little easier for them to turn and keep control of their car.
Right. David, for those who've never attended a NASCAR event, but they are already into other sports like football and they just watched the Super Bowl, how does it compare, NASCAR versus other sports? Well,
I think you'll find that you'll come to this facility, and just inside this facility you can fit several Dodger stadiums. You can fit 5 Pasadena Rose Bowls in here. So you can see that on that spectrum it's magnificent compared to another facility. Number 2 is that it's unlike other sports where you can actually get into the locker room, so to speak, of NASCAR. You can buy a pit pass and get down here in Victory Lane. You can get into the garage area where you can see the drivers working on their cars. You can't get into a locker room at a Lakers game. Nope. You can't get into a locker room at a San Diego Chargers game. You can't get into a locker room at a Los Angeles Dodgers game. But here you can do that.
David, you mentioned before that with NASCAR, fans really get to be in the locker room, which is different from all other sports. We have access, and we're now in the outdoor locker room.
This is the locker room. This is where the drivers are. This is where their cars are. This is where the team is. This is where you can stand at a garage and watch Dale Jr. work on his car, or his team work on his car. This is where you see the big 18-wheel haulers that haul the trucks from the West Coast to the East Coast. Come down here and you'll see celebrities in here. You'll see the who's who of NASCAR. And it's just, this is what sets NASCAR apart from the other sports.
David, I just want to thank you for showing me around the entire facility. It's been an amazing tour, and I had no idea what to expect when I got here, but I'm convinced I'm going to have a great time. I'm really excited about the Sunday race that I'm going to. Now I know I've got a lot more research to do, and I got to choose a driver.
You got to pick a driver. Thanks for coming, Marni. And right now it's just the 2 of us. When you come back Sunday, there are going to be 80,000 fans here, and you're going to have one heck of a weekend.
Well, I'm really excited. Thank you.
Thanks for coming.